Assalamu alaikum brothers and sisters, I hope you are well. As more and more days pass since the start of the ongoing one-sided war, the people of Gaza are finding themselves surrounded by tragedies. And instead of getting support and solidarity, the world has chosen to turn their backs on them. The world leaders as well as the media are labeling all the atrocities committed by the Israeli forces as their right to defend themselves. And while the people of Gaza have lost all their hopes in humanity, the Arab countries are not sitting idle, but are trying with all their might to stand in support of them and raise their voice against the injustice done to them. On Friday, Saudi Arabia strongly criticized Israel's request for Palestinians to evacuate Gaza and expressed its condemnation of the ongoing attacks on defenseless civilians. Foresight into a potential ground invasion, the Israeli military issued a warning to over 1 million Gaza City residents, urging them to move south within 24 hours while deploying tanks near the Gaza Strip. Saudi Arabia urged the global community to take prompt action to halt any further military escalation against innocent civilians and prevent a humanitarian disaster from unfolding. The international community must provide the needed relief and medical needs for the people of Gaza, especially since deprivation of basic necessities for a decent life violates international humanitarian law, a statement from the Foreign Ministry said. Riyadh additionally cautioned that failing to act would worsen the already dire crisis and increase the suffering experienced by the people in the region. Saudi Arabia called for the cessation of the Israeli blockade in Gaza, the safe evacuation of wounded civilians, and the advancement of the peace process between Palestinians and Israelis in alignment with UN Security Council resolutions and the Arab Peace Initiative. The API specifically outlines the creation of an independent Palestinian state with its capital in East Jerusalem, based on the 1967 borders. The common people have questioned now and again why the Arab countries are silent over the ongoing humanitarian crisis of the people of Gaza. But what they don't know and are unable to understand is that we are not aware of what efforts they are making from their end to stop the crisis. The Arab countries, including Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Iran, Egypt, and many more, are in constant talks about all the possible ways to de-escalate the ongoing crimes against humanity. The Palestinians are receiving full support from various parts of the Arab world, whether it is in the form of medical aid and the provision of basic necessities to the besieged, or whether efforts are being made to stop the crisis from escalating further. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that their efforts bear fruit as soon as possible, as now the conditions are far worse than before, and we can only have hope in the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that the conditions do not become more challenging for our innocent brothers and sisters. Ameen.